The vehicle is covered from head to toe with photovoltaic panels, just like the ones on Steve's roof. So as long as there's sun, this thing will go and go and go. Pretty cool. With barely room for one person, this option's not very practical, but it's an amazing example of the potential that's out there. These guys taught me to think big, and there's nothing bigger than this. Don't be thrown off by the fact that this 1968 Cadillac Hearse looks like a gas-guzzling boat. It's actually a lean, green machine that was converted to run on pure propane. Even better, every part of this car was salvaged from the junkyard. Expert recycler James Burgett is the master of bringing other people's trash back from the dead.
Nothing ends up in landfill, nothing ends up in a ditch, nothing ends up in China.
Everything James does comes back to this basic principle. Why create more stuff when what you need already exists? For this conversion, James pulled parts straight from a rusted-out Ford van, a couple of retired forklifts, a stripped-out Lincoln Continental, and an old school bus.
So this thing was trash. You said it was destined for the junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
But the engine's only got 15,000 miles on it. So why? Why would they trash this thing?
If I could figure out why Americans trashed things, I'd be in an entirely different business.
And why propane?
Propane was originally designed as an engine fuel. It's what it was built for.
So why aren't we using it?
Because we're stupid. Okay, we've been stupid for years.
A byproduct of natural gas processing and petroleum refining, propane is cheaper, cleaner burning, and has a much higher octane than gas. Millions of vehicles worldwide run on propane today. But because a big, heavy tank is required to store the fuel, larger vehicles like forklifts and buses are the main utilizers.
Look at this thing. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a
And if
problem.
I didn't have a place that normally had a coffin in it, I'd think it took up too much space. You've come across the total... This is the biggest flaw with propane.
Okay.
It's the size of the tank and the fact that it makes your trunk go away and then it's heavy.
Good thing the hearse has ample room in the back. I finally had the chance to test drive this thing, and it purred like a kitten.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All thrown away. All destined for the grave, so to speak.
Not only does James's propane hearse look fierce, he's dropped his emissions by 70%. That said, propane is still fossil fuel based, so it's best viewed as a transitional alternative. But the main thing I learned from James, yesterday's trash is our means to a sustainable future.